Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Fractal Bitcoin. This show's about your prosperity. We talk about Bitcoin and the collapse of fiat currencies. And let's get right into the Bitcoin price right now. We are pumping today. Look at this daily green candle. We touched actually 59,900, as you can see right there. And yeah, it's looking good. I mean, look, again, for the next couple months, we're not sure what's going to happen. But once we get to September, October, then the bull run starts. So yeah, Bitcoin breaks the downtrend. If we get above 60K, then we're up and away. And here's the chart here. Yeah, I mean, the downtrend, whatever. We broke through it, but we got to get above 60K and hold it and all that stuff. But this is good. And we are here in the orange circle. And we looked at this yesterday or a couple days ago. But yeah, right now we're here and we're about to go boom. And you can see the last two cycles. This is the area right around the halving that we sort of consolidate. And even in 2016, or 2017, we came down a lot. Like this, in this orange circle back then, we had I think it was like a 35 or 40% drop. So we're right on schedule. And here is Bitcoin explained in 23 seconds. I thought this was pretty good.
So just to be clear, Bitcoin is a non-sovereign, hard cap supply, global, immutable, decentralized, digital store of value. And that's a lot of different adjectives, but all of them are very important. And what that leads us to is it is a hedge against monetary and fiscal irresponsibility from central banks and governments globally. So just to be clear,
yeah, it's a hedge against the irresponsibility of central banks and governments globally. And guess what? Bitcoin's the new paradigm of money and value. It's just that all these fiat people and governments, they haven't realized that yet. But Bitcoin is going to take over everything eventually. It'll take decades, but we're on our way. And here, I guess some of the big news of today is that President Putin signed a law legalizing Bitcoin and crypto mining in Russia. So, okay. Again, adoption. This is about adoption. That's all it's about. And here's Michael Saylor posting, and yeah, this is his appearance on Fox Business. I'll link to it below as I link to everything I show you. But yeah, he tweets here, volatility is a sign of high energy, and Bitcoin is the solution to everyone's problems. That sounds so hyperbolic, but it's actually true. It really is true. If you read the Bitcoin standard, you'll understand how fiat currency is the scam or the grift that these authoritarian, deep state people and globalists, fiat currency is the way that they enslave the rest of us. And because they can play around with fiat currency, right? They can print more and they're in charge of the rates and whatever. But Bitcoin, guess what? There are no rates. And second of all, there's a fixed supply and no one can control it. So it's beautiful. And here, I haven't watched this yet, but this is Michael Saylor and Odell. I believe this conversation happened in Nashville right during or after the Bitcoin 2024 conference. But yeah, this is a 45-minute conversation. And I'm looking forward to listening to that one. You can too, link below. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. If you're on Rumble, please follow on Rumble. And let's get into a couple stories about fiat and government nonsense for context, because Bitcoin solves these issues. First of all, Kamala Harris is now promising to bring down the prices if she's elected president. Why doesn't she just do it now? Hello? Why doesn't she just do it now? She's in office. Her and Biden are in. Why is she making promises for the future? This is politics. This is why I'm showing you this. This is a complete joke. It's a TV show. It's retarded. These people are actors. They don't mean anything they say. And I'm speaking about people on both sides, all sides. It's not just one party, but this is just ridiculous, right? Making promises when you're in office now? That's absolutely retarded. And she's also, apparently Democrats are launching crypto for Harris. What? Yeah, it's a campaign to counter Donald Trump's success at the Bitcoin conference. I mean, really? This is, again, it's politics. It's positioning. It's posturing. I can't stand it personally, as you can tell. My God. But here's some fiat, more global financial news. Breaking, U.S. credit card debt just hit a new, fresh, all-time high of $1.14 trillion. Yeah, oh, and here's the chart. Yeah, look, this is bad, right? Credit card debt is bad. That's a bad kind of debt, right? There's good debt and there's bad debt. This is bad. I hope you're not in credit card debt. I hope you're not in any debt. Although people say there is good debt, right? Like in the fiat world, there's such a thing as good debt. But let's be clear, in a Bitcoin world, there's not good or bad debt. There would just be debt. Whatever. And yeah, here's George Orwell's quote: "A people that elect corrupt politicians, imposters, thieves, and traitors are not victims, but accomplices." Yeah, so everyone who's not awake yet, everyone who doesn't see the government corruption, and they think they're voting for the blue team or the red team, like those people are actually accomplices to these corrupt politicians. They don't know it yet. We're trying to wake them up. That's like the purpose of my whole show. So if you know some people like that, share this video with them. Let's go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Barry loves it. All right, now, when government offers to provide a service for the good of society, this is what it looks like. They are absolute snakes. Anything and everything the government does is to steal from you and take away some freedoms and liberties. That is all. That is not hyperbolic. That is not a crazy person talking. That is literal fact. Prove me wrong. If you think I'm wrong, prove me wrong. You can't. Yeah, all my life I was told that taxes are the price we pay to live in a civilized society. I want my money back. Yeah, taxes. Wow. I told you yesterday we should all stop paying taxes all at the same time. But yeah, this is great. Facebook's race-blind algorithm backfires in their face. It finds 90% of hate speech was directed toward white people and men. And we know this, right? The side that is always, I should say it this way. The people that are always crying racism, they're the racists. And the people that are always crying sexism, they're the sexists. We know this. And it's just so funny, though. It's so good. All right. Now, this is insane. We are going to watch this. This is the WEF's Yuval Noah Harari. And this is the quote he says in this video. It's a 2.5-minute video. We're going to watch it right now. But the quote is, "COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept total biometric surveillance." What? Yeah, this is insane. This is chilling. Listen to this. You never thought you'd hear anything like this in your life. Listen to this.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. Their body temperature. Like we walked in here, we had to go through a body temperature test. Now they're using it to see whether you have the coronavirus. But exactly the same technology can determine what you think about the government. You know, anger is a biological phenomena just like disease. It's not some spiritual thing out there. It's a biological pattern in your body. With this kind of surveillance, I mean, you watch the big president, the big leader, gives a speech on television. The television could be monitoring you and knowing whether you're angry or not, just by analyzing the cues, the biological cues coming from your body. Are you angry about what you hear? Are you frightened? Are you bored? This is the kind of power that Stalin didn't have. You know, when Stalin gave a speech, everybody, of course, clapped their hand and smiled. Now, how do you know what they really think about Stalin? It's very difficult. You can't have a KGB agent following everybody all the time. Even if you do it, he's just watching your outside behavior. He doesn't really know what's happening in your mind. But in 10 years, the future Stalins of the 21st century, they could be watching the minds, the brains of all the population all the time, and also they will have the computing power to analyze all that. You know, it's not just having an agent following everybody all the time. The agent in Stalin's days writes a paper report, and you have these millions of paper reports piling up in Moscow. Somebody needs to read them, to analyze them. That's impossible. Now you don't need human agents. You don't need human analyzers. You just have a lot of sensors and an AI which analyzes it, and that's it. You have the worst totalitarian regime in history. And COVID is important because COVID legitimizes some of the crucial steps, even in democratic countries. COVID is critical.
He's literally saying he's saying it like this is what we need to do. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And I know people who have read some WEF papers and they're like, oh no, they're fine. It's a decent organization. Yeah, what about this? This is insane. Let's ask my producer, Barry. Barry, what are we going to need to fight off these absolute control freak globalists? What are we going to need?
You're going to need a couple of horses or a couple of mules.
Couple horses, couple mules. Yeah, this is, I can't believe how insane this is. But yeah, look, I thought this was cool. A remote controlled lifeguard. Check this out. Right? He throws it in the water and it's remote control. And and it goes out. It goes out to the guy and he grabs onto it. Okay, the video's lagging here, but and then he grabs on and he comes back in and the guy is sitting there with a remote control, saving people. I thought this was cool. I mean, this is an obvious thing that technology can provide. I just had never seen this before. I thought it was cool. And here I wanted to show you this to put everything in perspective. You know, we watch the news, we talk about Bitcoin, we talk about governments and fiat, but I just want you to know that you see that little dot there? That's Earth. They call it the pale blue dot. It's an iconic photograph of Earth taken by NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft on February 1st, 1990. And look, this is just putting everything in perspective. You know, we're on some piece of rock and dirt floating through space. It's wonderful being alive. So sometimes we just have to step back, right? And realize that. Another thing we have to do sometimes is to step back and watch videos like this of a frog dancing in front of a cow. Right? I have no idea. I have no idea what this means. Right? Anyway, it's just funny. This is our website, and check all our content is on the website. But right up here on the top says join our locals community. Click this link and come over here and join our locals. It's our community that we're growing, and I hope to grow it into something that's very helpful. As the world gets crazier and as more people adopt Bitcoin, we need a place to talk and to hang out. So yeah, that's it. Please subscribe to the channel and follow if you're on Rumble. And I really appreciate all you guys in the comments supporting the show and adding really good ideas and good information, helping us all learn and grow. That's what it's all about here. So that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Bitcoin news video. All right.